Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Danad Pranams, dear devotees. Thank you all for joining in for our Bhagavad Gita study session this afternoon. We are currently on the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, entitled "The Opulences of the Absolute." So we've been discussing how we can remember Krishna while being in this material world, because Krishna says, "I am this, I am this" in this material world, right? So before we go, we jump into the 10th chapter in detail. Let's offer prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरदुषे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं। हरिः ओं तत्सत्। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तरालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you again for our Bhagavad Gita study session. We are on chapter number 10, entitled The Opulences of the Absolute, wherein Krishna is now going to tell, we are going to start from verse number 21 today. Krishna is going to tell us, I am the sun, I am the moon, so that whenever we are carrying out our duties in this material world, when we are using some material things, like Krishna is going to say, I am the taste of water, and some things like that. So when we drink water, when we look at the sun, when we look at the moon, we want to think that Krishna is the sun, Krishna is the light of the sun, or Krishna is the taste of water. So these are opportunities that Krishna is giving us, so that we can always remember Krishna, so that we can never forget Krishna. So all of these things are going to help us enable us to remember Krishna all the time, right? So in the previous verses 20, 19, etc., we were seeing how Krishna was talking about his innumerable incarnations. especially his Purusha avatars, right? Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, Karanodakashaya Vishnu, Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, right? I am there before existence. I am there during the existence as maintainer, and I am there as the after the annihilation of the entire existence. Why? Because I am the source of the creation. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mataha sarvam pravartate. So everything emanates from me, right? And I am the later on he says sutra gana manaiva, right? I am the thread in which all of these universes, which are like pearls, are being strung. The thread is never seen, but if not for the thread, all the pearls will scatter away, isn't it? So similarly, all of the universes, the spiritual world, the material world, all of the universes are actually very carefully, very nicely strung together, and all of them are working perfectly well because of the hand behind it, right? And Krishna calls himself the thread, right, which is holding the pearls together. So similarly, Krishna is the source, Krishna is the foundation on which everything is working so perfectly well. So on that note, let's go ahead. Text number 21. Devotees can raise your hands. We'll start reading from text number 21. Okay. Okay. I cannot see any hand up yet. Okay. Vrishabhanu Kanya Mataji, go ahead. Yeah. Mataji, you need to unmute yourself.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Adityanam aham Vishnu Jyotisham Ravim Anshuman Marichir Marutam Asmi Nakshatranam aham Shasi. Synonyms. Adityam, of the Adityas. Aham, I am. Vishnu, the Supreme Lord. Jyotisham, of all luminaries. Luminary. Raviha, the sun. Ansuman, radiant. Marichi, Marisi, Marutam, of the Maruts. Asmi, I am. Nakshatraham, Nakshatranam, of the stars. Aham, I am. Sasi, the moon. Translation by Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon. Purport. There are 12 Adityas, of which Krishna is the principal. Among all the luminaries shining in the sky, the sun is the chief. And in the Brahma Samhita, the sun is accepted as the glowing eye of the Supreme Lord. There are 50 varieties of wind blowing in space, and of these winds, the controlling deity, Marichi, represent Krishna. Among the stars, the moon is the most prominent at night, and thus the moon represents Krishna. It appears from this verse that the moon is one of the stars. Therefore, the stars that twinkle in the sky also reflect the light of the sun. The theory of the theory that there are many suns within the universe is not accepted by Vedic literature. The sun is one, and as by the reflection of the sun, the moon illuminates. So also do the stars. Since Bhagavad Gita indicates herein that the moon is one of the stars. The twinkling stars are not suns, but are similar to the moon.
Hare Krishna.
May I
Thank you,
continue?
Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna, Danutranam. So, Krishna is saying, I am the best of all the things, right? Whatever we find. Finally, we'll end this chapter by saying, Yadyad Vibhuti Mat Sattvam Srimat Urjitam Evava. Right? Whatever is the wonderful thing that you find in this world, know that to be just a spark of my splendor. That's what Krishna is going to complete it. So Krishna is starting with telling that I am the light of the sun. I am the moon is one of whichever is the best, right? There's so many stars in the sky, but what is the best? The best luminary that actually gives light and coolness in the night is the moon, and moon is one of the stars, right? So in that way, the illumination of the moon is myself. That's what Krishna says. And then of the winds, the controlling deity is Marichi, and Krishna says, I am the controlling deity of the wind. So in this way, whatever is the best, In the early morning, we find if not for the sun, we cannot even see our own self, right? In Ishopanishad, Prabhupada gives in the purport that we have imperfect senses. Why? Because we cannot even see our own hand. We cannot see anywhere else if we don't depend on the light of the sun. So in this way, we're dependent upon the Lord and His creation, right? And His and resources and His energy to do anything and everything in this world. We cannot do anything on our own capacity, right? We also study in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, chapter 3 also, as early as chapter 3, we study that there are three doers, right? As Jiva, we only desire, and then the sanction is by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then Prakriti is the actual doer, right? Ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. It is only due to false ego that we think that I am the doer of the actions, which are actually in essence carried out with the three modes of material nature. That's what Prabhupada also explains in that purport, how there are three doers, and also later on the 5th chapter talking about 5 doers, right? So in this way, we are only 1/3 of the control is there in our hands, right? And that 1/3 of the control is also in terms of effort. So we put our effort and then we leave the results to Lord Sri Krishna. And all the while, we remember the Lord by these wonderful examples as given by Lord Sri Krishna himself, right? So now, all of the next couple of verses, we will continue reading. All of these are Lord Krishna telling that out of these things, what is the best? I am the best of all of that, right? For us to remember that whatever we do, whatever object we see, whatever we see, we perceive, we use, we experience, we know that the best of that is Krishna himself. And in that way, we always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. Okay, let's move forward. Text number 22. Okay, Rajneesh Prabhu, go ahead. Vedanam sama vedosmi devanam asmi vasavah indriyanam manaschasmi bhutanam asmi chetana. Hare Krishna. What happened, Prabhu? I cannot see you now. Are you there, Rajneesh Prabhu? Okay, fine. Deval Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Tanvat Pranam.
Tanvat Pranam, Mataji. Go ahead.
Yeah. Should I go with synonyms from synonyms?
Yeah.
Yeah. Synonyms. Vedanam of all the Vedas. Samaveda, the Samaveda. Asmi, I am. Devanam of all the demigods. Asmi, I am. Vasavaha, the heavenly king. Indriyanam of all the senses. Manaha, the mind. Cha, also us. Also. Asmi, I am. Bhutanam of all the living entities. Asmi, I am. Chetana, the living force. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of the Vedas, I am the Samaved. Of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of heaven. Of the senses, I am the mind. And in living beings, I am the living force, consciousness. Purport. The difference between matter and spirit is that matter has no consciousness like the living entity. Therefore, this consciousness is supreme and eternal. Consciousness cannot be produced by a combination of matter. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So these couple of verses we know, right? Sama Veda, the best of the Vedas. Sama Veda is Lord Shri Krishna himself. Indra is the king of heaven, and Krishna says, "I am Indra." Right? And of the senses, I am the mind. Right? Why? Because the work of the mind is to think, feel, and will. Right? All of our actions, before we perform the action is already taking place in our mind. Right? Because the mind tells us what we need to achieve, why are we doing certain things. The mind is directing us. Right? But that's why Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, uncontrolled mind is the worst enemy, whereas a controlled mind is the best of friends. Right? Because our mind is controlled by the direction of the scriptures, by our intelligence. Our intelligence is purified by the study of scriptures. Our mind is purified by mantrayate iti mantra. Man ko trayata jo karta hai. That means what helps in controlling the mind is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanting. That's why Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the most potent process for us to focus our mind on Krishna. We may be doing a lot of other processes. We may be hearing Bhagavad Gita, we may be hearing Bhagavatam, we may be performing devotional service, we may be cooking for the Lord, we may be doing Archa Vigraha Seva, we may be bathing the Lord, dressing the Lord, offering Bhoga to the Lord. Everything has to ultimately facilitate us to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Because this is the process that is recommended for the age of Kali, to always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So in this way, Krishna is saying of the senses, I am the mind. Why? Because as the mind directs, the senses are going to get engaged so and so. And how do we control the mind? Mind is controlled by our proper study of the scriptures. What we are doing now is to purify our intelligence. And using the purified intelligence, what are we going to do? We are going to direct the mind in such a way that, okay, Rajneesh Prabhu, you can read later. Yeah, no problem. Okay, what are they saying? Yeah. So once the mind gets purified, then the mind will direct the senses to perform work for the pleasure of the Lord. And of the living beings, I am the living force. We all know Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu Kam Mano Buddhir Evacha. The subtle body, which consists of the mind, intelligence, and false ego, is also given by Lord Sri Krishna. But that mind, we are given the free will to desire whatever we want and act our endeavor according to that desire. And then we are given this body, where Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu, right? These come, right? These are 5 things: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. This body comprises of these chemicals. The body is made up of chemicals. And what makes the body move, talk, walk, right? It is the presence of the consciousness. What is that consciousness? The consciousness is what permeates the entire body, enables the body to perform certain functions, right? If somebody passes away, we say, Guzar gaye. He has left the body, isn't it? So who has left the body? The consciousness or the jiva or the living force has left the body. And that living force, Krishna is saying, that living force is represented by me, because that living force is completely spiritual, and that living force represents Krishna. Okay, let's move on to text number 23. Okay, Rajneesh Prabhu, you would like to try? Where are you actually? Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Rajneesh Prabhu, able to unmute now?
Hare Krishna Mataji Danvat.
Hare Krishna. That is pronounced. Yes, go ahead.
Rudranam Shankricasmi Vittesho Yakti Raksasam Vasuna Pavastasmi Rudranam, of all the Rudras, Shankara, Lord Shiva, Ka also, Asmi, I am, Vita, Vita, the Lord of the Triady of the demigods, Yaksha, Raksam, of the Yakshas and Rakshas, Vasunam, of the Vasus, Pavakaha, fire, Pavaka, fire, Ka also, Asmi, I am, Marut, Meru, Shikri, Shikrinam, of all the mountains, Aham, I am. Translation: of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord Wealth, Vera. Of the Vasus, I am fire, Agni, and mountain, and of mountains I am purpose. There are 11 Rudras, of whom Shankara, Lord Shiva, is predominant. He is incarnation of the Supreme Lord, dark of the mode of ignorance. The leader of the Yakshas and Rakshas is the master trader of the demigods, and he is a representation of Supreme Lord. Meru is mountain famed for its rich natural resources. Hare
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Okay, so you can continue reading here. So the best of everything is represented by Lord Shri Krishna, right? The 11 Rudras, Lord Shiva is predominant. So Krishna is representing Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva is the controller of the mode of ignorance. Lord Shiva is not in the mode of ignorance; he's a controller, right? Just like the Prabhupada always gives this example in his lectures. The Prime Minister comes to the jail, right? He to oversee the activities, everything is going on well, or even for that reason, the police commissioner who is there in the jail, he's also a representative of the Prime Minister who is taking care of that. So neither is the jailer or the what do you call the police commissioner or the Prime Minister under the rules and regulations of the jail. Why? Because they have been employed to work there to ensure that administration happens properly. Whereas the prisoners there, they are supposed to be they are supposed to act as per the rules and regulations of the prison. So similarly, Lord Shiva is the controller of the 3 modes of the mode of ignorance. So he is not under the mode of ignorance. He is in charge of the mode of ignorance, right? Because he is the most merciful, right? He wants to deliver the bhutas, the prechas, and the pishashas, and all of them. So he is in charge of the mode of ignorance, right? It's not that he is under the mode, right? He is almost equal to Lord Shiva, right? He's got 55 qualities. Vishnu has 60 qualities and Krishna has 64 qualities. So in that sense, Lord Shiva is the only person other than Lord Vishnu who is a person, who is a perfect person, right? Apart from that, next also comes Brahma, and Brahma is also a position. So Lord Shiva and Vishnu are almost equal, and they are referred to as examples as Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, sorry, there is some internet issue at our place. Okay, I've just tried to connect through hotspot. Am I audible to everyone? Hare Krishna. So can somebody give me a thumbs up? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, thank you so much. So who was reading text number 24? One second. Let me- So,
I was reading.
okay, Rajneesh Prabhu. Yes, go ahead. Text number 24. Let me
Yes.
share my screen here. Yes, Prabhu, go ahead.
Puruषam च मुख्यम माम पुरुषाय च मुख्यम माम विद्धि पार्थ भगवतीम सेनानी नामः संत सर्वकामपि विपाद Brothers, brothers and all of all priests are also Mukhyam, the chief, Mam, me, Vidhi, understand, Partha, O son of Rutha, Raspatim, Braspati, Senani Nam, of all commanders, Aham, I am, Sakant, Kartikeya, Sarsam, of all reservoirs of water, Asmi, I am, Sagara, the ocean. Translation of priests, O Arjun, know me to be the chief Braspati of generals. I am Kartikeya, and of bodies of water. I am I am the ocean. Purport Indra is the chief demigod of heavenly planets and is known as king of heaven. The planet on which he reigns is called Indralok. Brahaspati is Indra's priest, and since Indra is chief of all kings, Brahaspati is the chief of all priests. And as Indra is the chief of all kings, similarly, son or Kartikeya, the son of Parvati and Lord Shiva, is the chief of all military command. And of all bodies of water, the ocean is the greatest. The representations of Krishna only give hint of his greatness. Hare
Hare Krishna. So whatever is the best is Krishna. All right, let's move ahead. Text number 25. Moshmi Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Can you hear?
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Can you hear?
Varshina Mrigura. Yes, I'm able to hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Mahashrinang Brigura Viramasme Kamacharam Yajnanang Japa Yagyosmi Stavaranang Himalayah Maharasinam among the great sagar who Bhuvu, aham, I am, Giram of vibrations, Asmi, I am, Ekam, Ek- Ekasaram, Paranava, Yajana, Nam, of sacrifices, Japa Yagna, chanting, Asmi, I am, Stavara Nam, of immovable things, Himalaya, the Himalayan mountains. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of the great sages, I am Brigu. Of vibrations, I am the transcendental Om. Of sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy name, Japa. And of immovable things, I am the Himalayas. Purport. Brahma, the first living creation within the universe, created several sons of the propagation of various kinds of species. Among those sons, Bhrigu is the most powerful sage of all the transcendental vibrations. Omkara represents Krishna. Of all sacrifices, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare is the purest representation of Krishna. Sometimes animal sacrifices are recommended, but in the sacrifice of Hare Krishna, there is no question of violence. It is the simplest and the purest. Whatever is sublime in the world is a representation of Krishna. Therefore, the Himalayas, the greatest mountain in the world, also represents him. The mountain name Meru was mentioned in a previous verse, but Meru is sometimes movable. Wherever the Himalayas are never movable. Thus, the Himalayas are greater than the Meru. Hare Krishna.
Hare. Thank you. So here, Prabhupada is actually talking about explaining this fact that, mountains, there are two representations given. One is the Meru and one is the Himalayas. And they said that Meru is sometimes movable, but out of the immovable, the greatest of the mountain ranges is Himalayas. So Krishna represents Himalayas. And of course, Omkara, that is the of all sacrifices, the chanting is the best form of yajna, especially in this age of Kali. And it is said that the transcendental Om and the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare are non-different. The transcendental chanting of the Om, U, Im, like that, right? This sound represents the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in the sense that in Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what are we trying to do? We are trying to pray to the Lord to engage us in the service of the Lord. And Om, that sound vibration also represents the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is Lord Sri Krishna. So Krishna says, I am the transcendental Om, and Prabhupada says that it is non-different from the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, because it is the purest form of sound representation of Lord Sri Krishna, like that. Okay, let's move forward. Text number 26. Text number 26. Okay, Sindhu Mataji can go ahead. Okay, I can't see my share screen. 1 second. Yeah, okay. Okay, text number 26. Who was reading? Sindhu Mataji, na? Okay, Navkishori Mataji, go ahead. Text number 26. Okay, are you guys able to unmute? What's happening?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Shloka 26.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhupada ki jai. Ashvata sarva vrikshanam devashinam cha naradah gandharvanam chitraratah siddhanam kapilo munihi. Synonyms: Ashvatah, the banyan tree; Sarva vrikshanam, of all trees; Devarshinam, of all sages amongst the demigods; Cha, and Naradaha, Narada; Gandharvanam, of the citizens of the Gandharva planet; Chitrarataha, Chitrarata; Siddhanam, of those who are perfected; Kapila Muni, Kapila Muni. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of all the trees, I am the banyan tree, and of the sages, I am the demigods. Of the sages, I am the demigods, I am Narada. Of the
Sages
Gandharva,
among the demigods, I am Narada.
Okay, I'm reading from the book, Mataji. Yeah, okay. And of the sages among the demigods, I am Narada. Of the Gandharvas, I am Chitrarata, and among the perfected beings, I am the sage Kapila. Purport: The banyan tree Ashwatha is one of the highest and most beautiful trees, and people in India often worship it as one of their daily morning rituals. Amongst the demigods, they also worship Narada, who is considered the greatest devotee in the universe. Thus, he is the representation of Krishna as a devotee. The Gandharva planet is filled with entities who sing beautifully, and among them, the best singer is Chitrarata. Among the perfect living entities, Kapila, the son of Devahuti, is a representative of Krishna. He is considered an incarnation of Krishna, and his philosophy is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Later on, another Kapila became famous, but his philosophy was atheistic. Thus, there is a gulf of difference between them. Hare Krishna Mataji. Actually, it's a very old edition book. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Text 27.
Yeah. Text 20, Shloka 27. Uchchaishravasam ashvanam vidimam amritodbhavam airavatam gajendranam naranam chanaradipam. Synonyms: Uchchaishravasam, Uchchaishrava, Ashvanam, among horses; Vidhi, no; Mam, me; Amrita Udbhavam, produced from the churning of the ocean; Airavatam, Airavata; Gaja Indranam, of lordly elephants; Naranam, among human beings; Cha, and Naradipam, the king. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of horses, know me to be Uchchaishrava, produced during the churning of the ocean for nectar; Of lordly elephants I am Airavata, and among men I am the monarch. Purport. The devotee demigods and the demons, Asuras, once took part in the churning the sea. From this churning, nectar and poison were produced, and Lord Shiva drank the poison. From the nectar were produced many entities, of which there was a horse named Uchchaishrava. Another animal produced from the nectar was an elephant named Airavata. Because these two animals were produced from nectar, they have special significance and they are representatives of Krishna. Amongst the human beings, the king is a representative of Krishna because Krishna is the maintainer of the universe, and the kings who are appointed on account of their godly qualifications are maintainers of their kingdoms. Kings like Maharaja Yudhishthira, Maharaja Parikshit, and Lord Rama were all highly righteous kings who always thought of the citizens' welfare. In Vedic literature, the king is considered to be the representative of God. In this age, however, with the corruption of the principles of religion, monarchy decayed and is now finally abolished. It is to be understood that in the past, however, people were more happy under the righteous kings.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Now, Kishori Mataji, go ahead. Text number 28. 28. Sudha Mataji, 28. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Ayudhanam Vajram.
Hare Krishna
Yes, go
Mataji.
ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, sorry.
Hare Krishna. Ayudhanam aham vajram धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि कंदर्प सर्पानामस्मि वासुकी. Synonyms: Ayudhanam, all weapons. Aham, I am.
Ayudhanam.
Vajra-
Ayudha means weapons. Ayudhanam.
Ayudhanam, the Ayudhanam of all weapons. Aham, I am. Vajram, the thunderbolt. Denunam, of cows. Asmi, I am. Kamadu, the Surbi cow. Prajanaha, the cause for begetting children. Cha, and Asmi, I am. Kandarpa, Cupid. Sarpana, of serpents. Asmi, I am. Vasuki, Vasuki. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Of weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among cows, I am the Surbi. Of causes for procreation, I am Kandarpa, the god of love, and of serpents, I am Vasuki. Purport. The thunderbolt, indeed a mighty weapon, represents Krishna's power. In Krishna Loka, in the spiritual sky, there are cows which can be milked at any time, and they give as much milk as one likes. Of course, such cows do not exist in this material world, but there is mention of them in Krishna Loka. The Lord keeps many such cows which are called Surbi. It is stated that the Lord is engaged in herding the Surbi cows. Kandarpa is the sex desire for presenting good sons. Therefore, Kandarpa is a representative of Krishna. Sometimes sex is engaged in only for sense gratification. Such sex does not represent Krishna, but sex for the generation of good children is called Kandarpa and represents Krishna. Should I
Go
read the
ahead.
next one,
29.
Mataji? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
अनन्तश्चास्मि नागानां वरुणो यादसामहं पितॄणाम् आर्यमा चास्मि यमः संयमतामहं. Synonyms: Ananta, cha, also. Asmi, I am. Naganam, of the many-hooded serpents. Varuna, the demigod controlling the water. Yadasam, of all aquatics. Aham, I am. Pitrunam, of the ancestors. Aryama, cha, also. Asmi, I am. Yama, the controller of death. Samyamatam, of all regulators. Aham, I am. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Of the many-hooded Nagas, I am Ananta, and among the aquatics I am the demigod Varuna. Of departed ancestors, I am Aryama, and among the dispensers of law, I am Yama, the Lord of Death. Purport. Among the many-hooded Naga serpents, Ananta is the greatest, as is the demigod Varuna among the aquatics. They both represent Krishna. There is also a planet of Pita's ancestors presided over by Aryama, who represents Krishna. There are many living entities who give punishment to the miscreants, and among them Yama is the chief. Yama is situated in a planet near this earthly planet. After death, those who are very sinful are taken there, and Yama arranges different kinds of punishments for them.
Yeah, Hare
Thank you,
Krishna. Thank
Mataji.
you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Text number 30. Who will read? Nav Kishori Mataji, are you there?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Go ahead. प्रहलादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलये मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनातेयश्च पक्षिणम्. Synonyms word for translation.
Sorry.
Prahlada.
Yes, Mataji.
Also
Dandar Pranam, Mataji.
Asmi. I am. Yes, go ahead.
Prahlad cha also Asmi I am. Asmi I am Daitya Nama of the demons. Kalaya Yatam.
Kalah.
Sorry,
Kalah
Mataji.
time.
Yes, ma'am. Kalayatam. Sorry, Mataji. Of subduers, aham I am. Mriganam of animals, Sha and Mriga Indraha the lion, aham I am. Vaina Teyaha Garuda. Cha also Pakshinam of birds. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Among the Daitya demons, I am the devoted Prahlada. Among the subduers, I am Time. Among beasts, I am the lion, and among birds, I am Garuda. Purport: Diti and Aditi are two sisters. The son of Aditi called Adityas, and the son of Diti are called Daityas. All the Adityas and devotees of the Lord, and all the Daityas are ascetic. Although Prahlada was born in the family of the Daityas, he was a great devotee from his childhood. Because of his devotional service and godly nature, he is considered to be a representative of Krishna. There are many subduing principles, but wears time wears down all things in the material universe, and so represents Krishna. Of the many animals, the lion is the most powerful and ferocious, and of the millions varieties of birds, Garuda, the bearer of Lord Vishnu, is the greatest. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Mataji, should I
Thank you,
carry on or? Thank
Yeah,
you,
you
Mataji.
continue. But here, what is important is time and tide. We say time and tide waits for no man, like they say, right? Time is very important. Even if you give millions of rupees, can we bring back 1 second that has passed? We cannot. So that is the importance of time. Right? Krishna says, Aham kalosmi. Right? I am the time. And time actually devours everything. Right? With the passage of time, everything, whatever misery, whatever happiness, everything passes away with time. Right? And Krishna says, I am time. That's the importance of time. Okay. Yes, Mataji, carry on. 31. पवनः पवतामस्मि रामः शस्त्रभृतामः जषाणामकरश्चास्मि श्रोतसामस्मि जानवी. Okay, I can't find you. I'll ask Anusha. Mataji, go ahead. Synonyms, what about translation? Pavanah, the wind. Pavatam, yes. Hare Krishna.
Pavatam of Hare Krishna Mataji, then we'll pronounce. Pavatam of all that purifies. Asmi, I am. Ramaha, Rama. Shastra Britham of the carriers of weapons. Aham, I am. Nyasanam of all fish. Makara, the shark. Cha also. Asmi, I am. Shrotasam of flowing rivers. Asmi, I am. Jahnavi, the river Ganges. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of purifiers, I am the wind. Of the wielders of weapons, I am Rama. Of fishes, I am the shark. And of flowing rivers, I am the Ganges. Purport: of all the aquatics, the shark is one of the biggest and is certainly the most dangerous to man. Thus, the shark represents Krishna. Should I go ahead, Mataji?
Yeah. Text number 32.
Text number 32. Sarganam adirantascha madhyam chaivaham arjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam vada pravata tamaham. Synonyms: Sarganam of all creations, Adihi the beginning, Antah end, cha and, madhyam middle, cha also, eva certainly, aham I am, Arjuna, O Arjuna, adhyatma vidya spiritual knowledge, vidyanam of all education, vadaha the natural conclusion, prava- pravadatham of arguments, aham I am. Of all creations, I'm beginning and the end and also the middle of O Arjuna. Of all sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self, and among logicians, I am the conclusive truth. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Among the created manifestations, the first is the creation of the total material elements. As explained before, the cosmic manifestation is created and conducted by Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. And then again, it is annihilated by Lord Shiva. Brahma is a secondary creator. All these agents of creation, maintenance, and annihilation are incarnations of the material qualities of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he is the beginning, the middle, and the end of all creation. For advanced education, there are various kinds of books of knowledge, such as the four Vedas, their 6 supplements, the Vedanta Sutra, books of logic, books of religiosity, and the Puranas. So, altogether, there are 14 divisions of books of education. Of these, the book which represents Adhyatma Vidya, the spiritual knowledge in particular, the Vedanta Sutra represents Krishna. Among logicians, there are different kinds of argument. Supporting one's argument with evidence that also supports the opposing sides is called Jalpa. Merely trying to defeat one's opponent is called Vidhanda, but the actual conclusion is called Vada. This conclusive truth is a representative of Krishna. Should I continue,
Yeah,
Mataji?
Vada. So, no, Mother, thank you. So, this is what they called Vada. Like in earlier days, this used to be, there used to be competition amongst scholars, right? So, even we can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sarvabhattacharya, they engaged in that kind of logic based on the Shastras, right? That used to be the kind of discussion that used to take place earlier, right? So, Krishna says, I am the conclusive truth, right? There may be several opinions, but whose opinion are we interested in? We are interested in the opinion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, right? That's why it is mentioned here that I am Vada. I am the conclusion of the truth, which is represented by Vada, like that. Okay, let's come back. Text number 33. Who will read now? Okay, Deval Mataji. We'll end with Deval Mataji today. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, Deval Mataji, go ahead. 33, 34, 35. You can read and then we'll end with 35. Yes,
Okay,
go ahead,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. Aksharanamakarosmi dvandva samastikasya cha aham evakshaya kalo dhataham vishvato mukha. Aksharana of letters, akarah the first letter, asmi I am, dvandha the dual, samasikasya of compounds, cha and aham I am, eva certainly, akshayah eternal, kalah the time, Dhata, the creator, Aham, I am, Vishwataha Mukha, Brahma. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of letters, I am the letter A, and among compound words, I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time, and of the creators, I am Brahma. Purport, Akara, the first letter of the Sanskrit alphabet, is the beginning of the Vedic literature. Without Akara, nothing can be sounded. Therefore, it is the beginning of sound. In Sanskrit, there are also many compound words, of which the dual word like Ramakrishna is called Dvandva. In this compound, the words Rama and Krishna have the same form, and therefore the compound is called dual. Among all kinds of killers, time is the ultimate because time kills everything. Time is the representative of Krishna because in due course of time, there will be a great fire and everything will be annihilated. Among the living entities who are creators, Brahma, who has 4 hands, is the chief. Therefore, he is a representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Should I continue, Mataji, or even? Okay.
34 and 35, you can read. We'll end with
Okay.
35.
Sure. 34. मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्ति श्रीर्वाक् च नारीणाम् स्मृतिर्मेध धृति क्षमा. Mrityu, death, sarvaharaha, all devouring, cha, also aham I am, udbhava, generation, cha, also bhavishyatam, of future manifestations, kirtihi, fame, shrihi, opulence or beauty, vak, fine speech, Cha also Narinam of women, Smritihi, memory, Medha, intelligence, Dhritihi, firmness, Kshama, patience. Translation: I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As soon as a man is born, he dies at every moment. Thus, death is devouring every living entity at every moment. But the last stroke is death itself. That death is Krishna. As for future development, all living entities undergo 6 basic changes. They are born, they grow, they remain for some time, they reproduce, they dwindle, and finally they vanish. Of these changes, the first is deliverance from the womb, and that is Krishna. The first generation is the beginning of all future activities. The 7 opulences listed, fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience, are considered feminine. If a person possesses all of them or some of them, he becomes glorious. If a man is famous as a righteous man, that makes him glorious. Sanskrit is a perfect language and is therefore very glorious. If after studying one can remember a subject matter, he is gifted with a good memory or smriti and the ability not only to read many books on different subject matters, but to understand them and apply them when necessary is intelligence, medha. Another opulence and the ability to overcome unsteadiness is called firmness or steadfastness, that is dhriti. And when one is fully qualified, yet is humble and gentle, and when one is able to keep his balance both in sorrow and in the ecstasy of joy, he has the opulence called patience, that is kshama. Text number 35. बृहत्साम तथा साम्नां गायत्री छन्दसामहं मासाणां मार्गशीर्षोऽहं ऋतूनां कुसुमाकरः. Synonyms: Britsama, the Britsama, Sama, Tatha, also, Samnam, of the Samaveda songs, Gayatri, the Gayatri hymns, Chandasam, of all poetry, Aham, I am, Masanam, of months, Margashirshaha, the month of November, December, Aham, I am, Rutunam, of all seasons, Kusuma Akaraha, the spring. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Of the hymns in the Samaveda, I am the Brihat Sama, and of poetry, I am the Gayatri of months. I am Margashirsha, November, December, and of seasons, I am flower bearing, spring. Purport: it has already been explained by the Lord that amongst all the Vedas, He is the Samaveda. The Samaveda is rich with beautiful songs played by the various demigods. One of these songs is the Brihat Sama, which has an exquisite melody and is sung at midnight. In Sanskrit, there are definite rules that regulate poetry. Rhyme and meter are not written whimsically, as in much modern poetry. Amongst the regulated poetry, the Gayatri Mantra, which is chanted by the duly qualified Brahmanas, is the most prominent. The Gayatri Mantra is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Because the Gayatri Mantra is especially meant for God realization, it represents the Supreme Lord. This mantra is meant for spiritually advanced people, and when one attains success in chanting, he can enter into the transcendental position of the Lord. One must first acquire the qualities of the perfectly situated person, the qualities of goodness according to the laws of material nature, in order to chant the Gayatri Mantra. The Gayatri Mantra is very important in Vedic civilization and is considered to be the sound incarnation of Brahman. Brahma is its initiator, and it is passed down from him in disciplic succession. The month of November December is considered the best of all months because in India, grains are collected from the fields at this time, and the people become very happy. Of course, spring is a season universally liked because it is neither too hot nor too cold, and the flowers and trees blossom and flourish. In spring, there are also many ceremonies commemorating Krishna's pastimes. Therefore, this is considered to be the most joyful of all seasons, and it is the representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Dharma Pranam. Thank you,
Hare
Mataji. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Dhanat Pranam. Yeah. So Krishna is the best of all the seasons. Krishna is the best of all the Vedas, and even amongst Sama Veda, which is considered the best of the Vedas. Krishna says, "I am Brihat Sama." That means wonderful songs in glorification of the Supreme Lord. Like this, Krishna is saying, I am Omkara, the sound of transcendental vibration. I am the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I am the Gayatri Mantra. So, so whenever we chant these prayers, we should understand that the names of the Lord and the Lord himself are non-different. And Krishna himself is saying, I am the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are having personal association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all of these things should enable us to remember Krishna when we are performing all our activities. And more so when we are doing the exclusive activity of Bhakti Yoga. we're chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or when we are exclusively reading Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, etc. That time we have to be completely conscious and focused on that particular activity, because this is Bhakti Yoga. Whereas other times when we are cooking, we might be hearing some lecture, or we might be hearing some Vaishnava bhajans, right? Those are activities where we are doing our Swadharma, but we are also making it Krishna conscious, or we are Krishna consciousnizing it, or whatever we call it, right? That means whenever I'm doing some activity like folding the clothes, or when I'm mopping the floor or sweeping the floor, I'm doing my Swadharma. When I'm doing that, I can hear the lecture. I can still chant Hare Krishna, right? I can chant Hare Krishna. There are no rules and regulations for chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. As I'm walking down the street, as I'm in the train, I can chant Hare Krishna. But my minimum 16 rounds I do in the morning as an exclusive activity. The rest of the time, whatever I am doing, I always remember Krishna, either by chanting Hare Krishna or by hearing lectures of Srila Prabhupada or our gurus. Like that, we always try to remember Krishna. And in that way, when we know that whatever we are hearing, right, akar asked me, like Krishna is saying, I am the syllable A, right? So whatever is the best, whatever is the starting point, and Krishna is saying, I am the beginning, I am the end, I am the middle of everything. So whatever we are doing, if we remember Krishna in what Krishna himself has declared in Bhagavad Gita, then it will enable our remembrance very easily, right? Otherwise we are whole day. It's only 2 hours that you're doing exclusive Bhakti Yoga, right? The rest of the day we are doing our Swadharma. And in those times, you want to always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. And these are the various points that Krishna is giving us so as to enable our remembrance. So with this, we'll conclude our session today. From tomorrow we'll start 36th verse. Right? I think it's about 41 verses in this chapter. We'll try to complete this chapter tomorrow. And then we'll start with the 11th chapter, which is universal form. We will so thank you very much for your kind attention. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So quickly, let's see who are all there today. I'll do 2 minutes Harinam Sankirtan, and then I just have a quick announcement also to make. So we'll request devotees to switch on your cameras. It's not necessary that only when we have a query we need to switch on our cameras. Yeah, we can switch on our cameras even otherwise. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चारिष तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्ता वृंदा हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gaur Nitai Jaya Jagannath Jai Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarshana Jai Bala Gopal Jaya Radha Madhav Jai Shri Radha Rakadiyari Radhe Radhe Jayo Radhe 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 Jaya Shri Radhe Jayo Radhe Shyam Jayo Vrindavan Dham Jayo Radha Madhava Navadipam Jayo Jayo Panchatattva Jayo Prahlad Narsingha Jayo Gauranitai Jayo Gauranitai Jayo Shat Goswami Jayo Guru Parampara Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Gurudeva Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Anantapati Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So I'm seeing Moshmi Mataji, Karpuroli Mataji, Anusha Mataji, Sindhu Mataji, Vijayalakshmi Priya Mataji, and all the devotees. Thank you all very much for joining in. Manchakalpatrobhyascha Kripat Sindhu Bhyevicha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Nandukari Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. So we have Karpuroli Mataji, Madhvi Mataji, Rajneesh Prabhu, and Harjeet Mataji, who've joined for the Bhakti Shastri course. I would urge devotees, it is a desire of Japa Swami Guru Maharaj that all of us study these essential books. Of course, it was instituted by Eternal Siksha Guru, the founder Acharya of International Institute of Krishna Consciousness, Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravind Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. In case you have not completed your Bhakti Shastri, please take this opportunity. It is completely online. There is no attendance requirement, mandate, etc. You just need to hear the lectures, attend the quizzes, and then appear for your OBA, CB, closed book exam, and Shloka test. So this would be, I think it will be a 1-year course where weekly lectures will be shared. So if you've not yet completed your Bhakti Shastri, very nice opportunity for you to join Bhakti Shastri. And probably sometime after Janmashtami, there is Bhakti Vaibhav that will be started by His Grace Madan Sundar Prabhu as part of ISKCON Pune under the leadership of His Grace Radhesham Prabhu. So very, very wonderful opportunity. Sitting in the comforts of our home, we can study these Shastras, and in this way we can enrich our mind and our intelligence, and we can make our intelligence strong enough so that we direct our mind and to engage the senses in the service of Guru and Gauranga. So very nice opportunity. Please do join in if you have not done your Bhakti Shastri. If you've done your Bhakti Shastri and you have 1 or 2 pending modules also, you may want to continue through this online program, right? I believe the examination board, they are not allowing specific modules to be continued in another batch, but you can register, and then if it's possible, we'll give you credits for the previous modules. That all that can be discussed, but we want maximum people to take advantage and study these books for the pleasure of Guru and for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. So please do write to me if you are fulfilling the eligibility criteria. We'll be happy to recommend you for the Bhakti Shastri course. If you are not yet eligible, and if you simply want to join for study purposes also, we can consider that. It all depends on how desirous you are and how much you want to come up to 16 rounds, come up to following the regulative principles, and how much you want to study Prabhupada's books, right? Each one empowers the other. If you are studying Prabhupada's books in a systematic manner, it will empower us to chant Hare Krishna better. It will empower us to understand these subject matters better. It will help us to transform our life better. And the more we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we get intelligence, right? Mata Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. Krishna will give us intelligence to understand these scriptures better and apply it in our life better. So each of them are reciprocally, they help each other. So in case you're not registered and not completed, please do join in. Thank you very much. And tomorrow morning we'll meet for 5 a.m. Japa, and at 12:30 we will continue with and complete our chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki jai, Anantapuri Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Okay, Gopi Geet Mataji, I believe you're joining us for the first time today. If you can, if it's possible, please give us your darshan, and you have your hand raised. Do you have any query?
Yes, Mataji, I have a query regarding Bhakti Vaibhav course. You were telling it is going to start. Could you tell me when it's going to start?
Yeah, so I will let you know as soon as I get to know about it. It's scheduled for some time after, during or after Shri Krishna Janmashtami, probably August, September. So you can get in touch with me. There is a WhatsApp group. We can join that WhatsApp group also, but nothing much is happening there. So once it starts, maybe end of July, we will get some idea about it, and then you can join it. But for Bhakti Shastri, we are inviting devotees to participate right now. The registration is going to close by end of June. Course fee is 2,000 for the Bhakti Shastri online program, and the lessons will be the Sundar Prabhu. Yeah. All right. So any further details you want, you can write to me. Happy to share information. Let's complete the Bhakti Shastri course and Bhakti Vaibhav and Bhakti Sarvabhauma to the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Okay, Mataji.
Meet you all
Thank you,
tomorrow
Mataji.
morning.
Dandavat pranam. Very nice class.
Thank you.
You explained very